Hello everyone, I'm Gary Martin from Huddersfield Golf Club, and today we're going to talk about the relationship between the lie of your golf club and faceplane tilt. So there's a little bit of a background story to why we're talking about this subject today. The subject being the relationship between the lie of your golf club and faceplane tilt. And the background story is basically that, I had a fitting as a teenager before I understood anything about faceplane tilt. And I was fitted into a club that hindered me for a long time. So for those of you that aren't familiar with fitting, I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. There's two forms of fitting. There's a static fitting, which takes into consideration just measurements. Generally speaking, they would be, more for the newer golfer that's not grooved a swing. And then we'd have more of a dynamic fitting, which is based on actually looking at how the club interacts with the floor at impact. And a dynamic fitting would be more for your sort of progressing golfer. Maybe not got a great swing, but actually has a consistent and repetitive swing. Now, if you've never had a fitting before, you've got to take into consideration your ball flight. All right, your ball flight. Before you have lie adjustments, ball flight must be taken into consideration. So I'm going to stick a diagram up on the screen, and that's going to demonstrate what happens when we make the club more upright or we make the club flatter. And just to put that into words, the more upright you make the club, the more left the faceplane tilt points. And vice versa to that, the flatter we make the club, the more to the right the faceplane tilt points. So with that in mind, bear in mind, I'm a 16-year-old, I miss everything to the left. What I wouldn't want to do is get a club that's too upright for me, because that's going to actually hinder me and make me worse. So, obviously at the time, faceplane tilt weren't considered. So for me, hitting the ball off the lie board and the way that my club was interacting with the ground suggested that I needed 2 degrees upright. Now, if this fitter would have considered that my ball flight was already missing to the left of the target, then I would pretty much doubt that he would have put me in an upright lie. It would have left me as standard. I mean, that's what I would do as a fitter. If somebody's missing to the ball to the left with standard clubs, there's no way I'd fit him into a more upright lie. That's going to make the bad shot worse. So, I really wanted to bring this subject to you guys because I think it is something that can be overlooked. If you're using standard clubs, and I'm going to use another example, you're a slicer of the ball, there's no way you want to be having lies that are flatter, because that's going to make your slice worse. So, it's just something that I want you to be mindful of. If you're going into a fitting, and it might be the first fitting you've ever had, having this little bit of information in the back of your mind, might just spark, if there's a discussion, about lies, and, maybe the fitter's not PGA professional. I know not in all countries that, that not everybody's privileged enough to have, fitters even around. So if you are, you might be going down the line of a static fitting, and just sort of going on the ping sort of website, putting your static measurements in, and it's suggesting that you need a flatter lie. But now you know that, if you've got a slice and you get a flatter lie, it's going to make the slice worse. So I think this is, a little bit of key information that, not everybody knows about. And, I really wanted to get that message across to you. So just to conclude, guys, if you're a slicer of the ball, be careful that you don't get lies that are flatter than you usually have. And if you're someone who hits the ball to the left, you pull the ball, or everything misses to the left of the target, be careful that you don't go for clubs that are more upright than you're already using. I've tried to keep that as simple as possible. Introduced, a little bit on faceplane tilt. Now, if you've got any questions, get in the comments. If you've been fitted, let me know what you've been fitted for, and let me know what your ball flight is, and let's see, if faceplane tilt has been taken into consideration, or whether understanding faceplane tilt now could mean that we could sort of, get your clubs a little bit more better suited to you. I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye.